Hey girl, I first of all want to say that I am so proud of you. You are getting traction in your business. You're making your money, honey. And you're like, okay, I am ready for this next level. What should I really be focused on next to grow and to scale? And we're going to talk about those things inside of this video. I see this happen so many times with my clients who come in and they're focused on growing and scaling, and you actually start to complicate things. You start looking at your next level as like this huge checklist of all the things that you feel like you have to do to grow and to expand, and you start to get overcomplicated. You start to overanalyze, you overthink, you take longer to do stuff. You're making it harder than it needs to be. And so in this video, I want to help you simplify your scaling process. I remember when I wanted to go from making 4 figures a month in my business, so about 5K on average, to getting into 5-figure months. And I remember thinking it was going to take this overcomplicated systems and I needed all these fancy things to do it. I actually burnt myself out trying to build those things. I even invested like $30,000 into like a marketing agency because I was like, I need all these things. And instead, what I like to do with my clients, because I learned this lesson, I don't want it to cost you 30K, sis, okay? I learned, the power of really honing in this stage so that you can simplify things. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 areas that I want you to focus on in order to support you in your scaling process. Now, I did do a video where I talked about building momentum in your business whenever you're kind of like either burnt out or you're like finding yourself freeze, like, I'm at my biggest amount of money and where do I go from here? And I don't know if I should go left or right, so let me just stay here. Or also some women who are like, I'm on my journey and path into the thing that I want, but maybe it's not quite here yet. Either way, building that momentum is really important. And so I talked about the 5 C's to building that momentum. And one of them was, or 2 of them, I should say, was being curious and then also stepping into a space of deeper clarity. And so when I brought up clarity, I mentioned that I would make this video because clarity is very important when you are scaling. Here's the thing. We cannot scale 0. We can't multiply 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 squared is 0. 0 times a million is 0. 0 times 10,000 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. It's never going to not be 0. We need to have something to work with. So because you're in a stage, which is so beautiful, where you are having traction and some things working, I want to help you kind of hone in on like, okay, so what is really working for me to amplify it from there? And this is actually a process that I call assess and amplify inside of my program with my clients and Money in the Message. It's all about assessing what really is working and then how do I amplify from that. A lot of times women get into this scaling phase and they're kind of like, I could focus on all of these different things and now I'm going crazy because I don't know which one to do. Or you try to do all of them and what happens? You are spreading yourself thin because we only have 100% of energy, 100%. So if I give this thing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, if I have 10 things and I'm giving them each 10% to equal my 100%, because that's the total, that's all I got. I'm only giving those things 10%. But if I take 2 areas that are really, really, really crucial to my success and I focus on those, I'm giving 150% and 150%. If I give one 80% and give one 20%, like that is equal to the 100% too. So you really have to look at it like that. Where am I going to take the energy that I have? I only got this much. That's it. Okay. How am I divvying that energy up? So I want to share with you 4 areas that I advise my clients to focus on. And even when I think about one of my clients, she came in to work with me. She was making about $2,000 to $3,000 a month in her business. She had been in business about 18 months. She had a pretty medium-sized community, a group, and she was making some money, like 4 figures, like I said, every month, but it wasn't as consistent as she wanted it to be, right? The clients were kind of coming in here and there. And the biggest thing was that she wanted her audience to convert even more. So we focus on the areas that I'm about to share with you. She celebrated with me signing her very first batch of 4-figure clients and consistently. So not just one at a time, but like a couple, right? And so how would you love that, right? Having handfuls of 4-figure clients come into your world, having your first 5-figure month. She's been beautiful and growing and all the things since we were working together. So I want to go into these 4 things now. Get your pen and paper, sis. Let's go ahead and dive in. So the first one that I want to talk about with this whole cleanup, and let's call it like decluttering, right? We want to kind of declutter some things so that you get really, really clear on what do I need to be focusing on in this next level. The first one we're going to talk about is your clients. So when I talk about clarity from that video on momentum, we have to talk about your clients. Some of y'all are feeling a lack of momentum, a lack of energy, a lack of excitement, a lack of all of that, right? You're getting burnt out because you're actually talking to the wrong audience. We're not even going to sugarcoat anything. You are talking to people who will never pay you. You're talking to people who do not see the value in what you do, and you're trying to convince them. You're talking to people who do not want to invest in help, even if they really need it and you really want them to have it. You can't want it more than they do, sis. They're never going to pay for it. So what I see so many times is women in this stage are thinking, oh my gosh, I need to go wider and bigger to bring more people in. No, you actually want to go deeper into who it is you truly want to be supporting. So I want to support you with that. I want to give you some things for you to think about. First and foremost, look at the clients that you have worked at up until now. Do you feel like your audience needs to shift? When you think about the types of clients that are coming into your world, and I want to say this because I know for me, I know for y'all are very grateful for the clients that you have. You are very grateful that these individuals decided to invest in working with you, whatever amount that was. We're not going to or anything like that, okay? This is not the space for you to get into your mindset about, well, I want to be really grateful and all this. Yes, we know that. And I have more to do. I have more people to help. I have people who need me, who are more serious, who are more ready. And me, the amount of time, going back to energy, the amount of time and energy it takes me to convince this group of people versus over here, I don't have to do as much convincing. I got to answer one question. You only got one question and then you're ready to go. You don't have any questions and you're ready to go. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And I don't have to force you but we get behind the scenes to do the work. That's golden, right? So some of you are working with misaligned clients. So I want you to really sit down and think about when you look at your audience, the type of clients that are coming to you, the quality, not just the quantity, the quality of clients. Are they who you truly want to be working with? Are you serving the right audience? Do you need to pivot? And also, do you need to do a deeper dive so that you understand who the clients are that you're really talking to? That's where iCycle analysis comes into play for your avatar and your audience. That's where us building out your messaging map so that you get to know your clients on a deeper level comes into play, which then you get to use it in number 2, your content. Where do you need to clean up your content? Where do you need to elevate your content? So right now you've been putting out content, you've been putting out messaging that's been attracting the audience that you've been attracting. If it is attracting the audience that you have realized from number 1 that you really don't want to be working with, or you don't want to be working with primarily, well then why would we keep putting out that particular content? So there's 2 things that can happen here. One of the things is me working with you inside of our content audits and clinics and reviews, right, to show you exactly what tweaks to make in your content that will actually speak to the higher level client, the higher quality client, the next level clients that you really want to be calling in, and also show you how to optimize that current content that you have. So how do we optimize outdated content and outdated messaging? And then also how do we create new content? And we're going to call that your power content because it's strategically built around the most powerful parts of your audience, the people that want to raise their hand that need no convincing. So when you take the combination of these things as you step into your next level, now you're taking tried and true power content and you're using it in these other elements of your business, which I'll talk about in a second. The other thing I want to bring up here is repurposing, right? So that's a part of us reviewing it, optimizing it, repurposing it. You want to make sure you have a strong repurposing strategy. But again, I see people who repurpose content that didn't really work as well. It got me one client, but then that client wasn't really aligned, or that client had payment issues, or it only gets me one in, here and there. I am someone who's wanting to build a bigger brand and business. I don't need to just be signing one client every month. I want to be signing 2, 3, 4. So you just want a 2x. If you sign 1 now, you want to sign double. If you sign 5 now, you want to sign double of that, which is 10. Maybe you want to sign 4 times, right? Like one of my clients, Tara, who was inside of my inner circle working with me, and she actually signed 16 people into her group program. So you're wanting to do more than 1 or 2. You're wanting to do more. So this has to shift. When you want to start selling one to many, how do you speak to 5 different people all at once? How do you speak to 20 different people, or in her case, 16 different people all at once, and get them all to say yes at the same time to working with you? That's an art and that's a science, but it comes from us honing in on your audience, your client, right? And you first giving yourself permission that, you know what, I'm going to pivot from this audience. Even if I feel like my audience is too small, or I don't feel like I'm far enough to pivot. No, it's actually you making this decision to pivot so that you can really go all in on focusing on the core client that you really want to be supporting, that's going to support you and getting into this next level. And then we combine that with your power content. Now, I did talk about, now you take this content and you use it in what I call your high value expert content ecosystem. So this is where you are literally building a content ecosystem that's paired with optimized, refined, republished content that we've repurposed because we've taken what has worked for you and we make it work better by understanding what tweaks do I need to make in it, right? So that it performs higher. And then what new content am I creating that's intentionally strategically built for this client that gets them into this offer? Which, speaking of that, something else you want to make sure that you clean up and you infuse in your content and your messaging for those next level clients you want. Number 3 is going to be your method. You want to take time to sit down and go through your signature method. Now, I want to say this. I have, for whatever reason, I've just accepted it in our space, but I have so many clients who come in working with me who've made $30,000, $50,000, $80,000, and they're like, Kiera, I don't have a framework. I don't have a signature method. And I'm like, no, you do. And so we sit down, we have a training that helps you literally in a couple of days. Now, one, you could do this in 2 or 3 hours because women have done it. But if you want to take your time through it, you could take a week. Whatever's up, that's up to you. That's your timeline. But you're going to do that pre-work. And then you and I actually get to have a one-on-one call where we get to sit down and I go through all of it with you. And so what it does is it's helping you pull out that framework, that signature method that exists in your head and in your heart and put it onto paper. So if you feel like you don't have one, I got you, sis. And then I have a lot of clients who do have one on paper. Now, is it pretty on paper or anything like that? Maybe, maybe not. Is it as clear as it can be? And most importantly, are you actually selling it and talking about it in your content? Are people booking you to come teach it? So that's a different level. So sometimes women have a framework and they're like, it doesn't need to be touched. And then I just say, okay, I'm gonna do a quick review. And then we actually identify some key things that could be shift. Like I had a client, she had been in business for years. She's had hundreds of clients. And literally when we had her session and went through her signature method, we actually identified one additional piece that needed to be added that was missing. And that is really, really powerful. So you want to make sure that one of the things you do a cleanup on, an assessment of, you want to assess and amplify, right, is your signature method. And one thing I want to bring in here is this conversation around testimonials. We're talking about clients and content. We're talking about your method. Let's talk about testimonials for a minute. Go clean up your testimonials. You know what? That's going to be a bonus. That's a bonus number 4. What number are we on? I forgot. That is a bonus. Okay. Go clean up your testimonials because that will connect your clients, that will connect your method and turn it into content. Here's what I mean. You want to make sure that you're going through testimonials like your tried and true, your golden testimonials and success stories. Are you consistently using those? Are they in your copy, in your website? Are they in your copy inside of your email sequences? Are you talking about them in your presentations? Are they on rotation in your content? And then don't forget to go get those new ones too, sis. Yup, I know. So you might need to go watch my video on self-promotion. If you have stuff coming up around you going to use your testimonials and going to talk about your client success stories. Are they enough? Are they too this? Are they too that? What are they going to think if I share this? All those types of things. Your testimonials add to your social proof. They add to the proof of your method. So we need to be cleaning those up. So go get the old tried and true ones that you're going to make sure you dust off and you keep talking about them. There is no timeline to transformation. Your clients had that result. They had that transformation. You get to talk about it. And you want to also make sure that you're adding in those new client testimonials. Make sure that you are assessing them. That should be a part of your offboarding process with your clients. If you're in money in the message and you have something coming up around this, bring it to our call this week or our clinic this week so that we can talk about it. But also go ahead and submit to me like 3 of your testimonials that you've recently got or your best testimonials, whichever it is. I love to do something that I call testimonials to transactions. This is where I show you how to take your testimonials and understand what parts of it need to be put into your copy, what parts of it need to be put into your sales conversations and your sales content, what part needs to be put into your sales presentations and content and things like that, right? Content events and stuff. I love doing that because my clients will just take the testimonial and they'll just copy and paste it when they first started working with me. And I'm like, but that doesn't sell anything. Instead, I want to help you see how to use that case study, how to use that client success story and bring it into your language, mix it with your methodology to now speak to other people that can resonate with that testimonial too, so that they now want to come and pay you. That's how we turn testimonials into transactions. Just for the record, we had a little guy who came in. Don't worry, he's going to the groomer this weekend. You want to say hi, Junior? You say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say how you doing. Here's where we are. We're going to keep going with cleaning up your business and all the things so that you can scale. So the next one, number 5, is cleaning up your business model. Y'all, you have to sit down and assess your business model. What got me to my first 100K is not what got me to my next 100K. It's not what got me to my first 500K. Like, it's not what got me there. And so you being able to assess what parts of your business model need to be cleaned up, need to be refined, need to be restructured, need to be elevated is going to be really important for a number of reasons. One, your lifestyle. Who you are is different. What offers you have in your business when you're single might be different when you are a mother and in a relationship. What you offer in your business might be different. Now he wants to make all types of noise. How you doing? What you offer in your business model might be different when you are first starting out in the first year versus now you've worked with 20, 30, 40, 50 clients. And now a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later, your offers might change. And as your method expands, right? Your method, your signature process, how you work with your clients, the transformation you help them with is going to grow. When I first started in my business, my framework looked one way. And now it's still a foundation of my messaging and of my framework, but it has blown up. And so the offers that I have are different. I remember I had a program that I made like $30,000 from. It was a $997 course, and it was all about like getting started in your business, like the initial elements of it. And now working with women inside of Money in the Message, I'm all about how do I help you 2 to 5x what you're doing? How do I help you 2 to 5x your sales in the next 4 months, repositioning your messaging, your method more powerfully, and helping you really captivate, right? Captivate, call in, and convert more ready to buy clients. How do I help you do what you're doing better so that you can do it in less time, so you can do it quicker, so you can do it faster, so you can do it in more alignment, so you can do it and make more money, so you can do it in a way that allows you to go back in your life and do other things that you want to do. Like maybe you want to have your Friday off. Maybe you want slow Mondays, half day Mondays, right? Whatever that looks like for you. So you being able to assess your business model to align it with your lifestyle is really important. You being able to assess your business model to realign it to your method and any tweaks that you've made is important. Also, we talked about shifting your audience. Maybe there are ways that your audience really loves to be supported. My audience really, really loves having a hybrid situation. My audience loves being able to have some one-on-one calls with me, be able to come to group spaces because they also learn in a group community, because that is like the most powerful way to grow. In my personal opinion, in my experience, I never not want to be in a community, mastermind, like some type of space like that, because I grow more when I'm around other women doing the thing and not just in a one-on-one space. And then my audience also grows by personalized, tailored to them specific feedback. So them coming to my clinics and submitting their messaging and submitting their content, submitting their copy, things like that to be reviewed so that I can share with them. I would tweak this, I would add that because I know this, this, and this about your client, because we had our one-on-one, because you did the homework, you submitted your worksheet. I know these things. I've guided you through how to identify these things, and now I'm showing you where to insert them. So you may also find that your offers change. When I first started, I did all one-on-one because that was the easiest. That was what I knew. That was like me building my process, me testing my method. And then I have had programs where I've had 100 women go through the program, right? Group spaces. That is going to look different when I took it from one-on-one and then I took it to group, right? So, and then even when you start making a course. So all of these things that you clean up, they're going to also allow you to elevate parts of your business model, whether it is you being able to shift how you do something, like the timing on something, the way that you structure it, all those types of things. Here's some things I want you to reflect on. First and foremost, are you selling your actual like most profitable offer? I want you to go look at your offers. I want you to go look at how much money you've made from your offers. And I want you to really think about which one is the one that I really should be selling, and let the numbers tell you this one has made this much money. This one has gotten this many people in it. So make sure that you're looking at what your most profitable offer is. Is that the place that it makes sense for you to be focusing on in this next phase of your business? And then the other thing I want you to think about is your pricing. Does your pricing need to increase, or do you need more quantity of people inside of the offer, or both? Either way, whichever one you need to elevate your messaging. Your messaging is going to do two things. One, if you need to increase the price, your messaging is going to help you better communicate the value that offer delivers, what's on the table that you are bringing to your client, right? And so the results, the transformation, all that type of stuff. So you need to have your messaging aligned with your offer, right? As well as aligned with your method. And so together, those things communicate the value of what it is that you offer. You can't 2x your price or 10x your price and expect the same people to be paying it with the same type of language. So you need to understand, well, what really do I need to be talking about to really sell the offer at this price point? And that's what a lot of women make a mistake on when they increase their price. The other part of this is we talked about your audience. Is that audience the audience that is going to most value what it is that you offer? If they are not, then we need to elevate the messaging, because the messaging is what is pulling them in and speaking to them. Your messaging right now is either repelling the higher quality, clients that you want, or your messaging right now is not allowing you to reach really the depths of the client that you most want to have come in. Either way is not working as powerfully as it could. So we know that you have messaging. It has worked. It's gotten you some clients, but you don't want some clients. You don't want any clients. You want aligned clients, right? And you want more of them. And so you want to elevate your messaging to make sure that it's bringing them in. And that goes back to your method. That goes back to the audience that you're focusing on. That goes back to your content. And this also is going to support you in your visibility efforts, your marketing, your sales, right? So if you're creating content events, enrollment events, things like webinars or masterclasses, or even if you're on platforms for podcasting or YouTube or anything like that, right? Your content is going to feed those things. Your messaging is going to feed those things. So these are the areas that I recommend when you are focused on scaling, right? You're taking what you've done and you're multiplying it by 2. So if I currently have 2 clients and I multiply that by 2, I get 4. If I 5x that and I take 2 times 5, that's 7 clients. So I want you to think about right now, if you were to sign 4 new clients right now, one, how would that feel? How would that feel? How much money is that at your current rate? How much money is that going to be at your new rate if you're increasing your rate? And then 5x. My clients tend to 2 to 5x. We have had some clients 10x too, but on average is usually 2 to 5x. So if we take 5, if you had 2 clients and we multiply that by 5, then that's 10. So how is it going to feel to get 10 new clients at your current rate? And then how does it feel to get 10 new clients at your new rate? Again, if you're increasing your prices. So think about that. How excited does that feel? Let us know inside the comments. And I also want you to go through this checklist that I've given you. So to do that, how do I need to tweak my messaging? How do I need to tweak my content? How do I need to tweak the audience if I need to tweak them? Or what a lot of times happens for my clients, they think that they need to go get all this new audience and all this stuff. And then what they actually find is that, oh my God, Kiera, these people were in my network. They were in my audience, but my messaging wasn't speaking to them. Now they're raising their hand. Like one of my clients recently said that inside of Money the Message, she was like, it's like magic. They just came out of nowhere. And I'm like, no, they didn't come out of nowhere. They were already there, but your messaging wasn't speaking to them. Okay. And she literally had only made tweaks within a week. So I want to invite you, if you want to have a mini session with me so that we can dive into like, what's the number one tweak that you could be making in your messaging so that you can call in more clients now, more ready to buy clients who are captivated, who feel connected with you, who are ready to say yes and come into your world through transaction, right? Not just saying that they love you and DMing you and commenting on your stuff. No, I'm talking about coming into your actual programs and your services and wanting to pay you because they want the transformation that you will help them experience. If you would like a session with me, inside of the comments below, you're going to see a link to that. Go ahead and grab one. I do not have a lot of them each month. So what's there is there, sis. So you better go ahead and grab one while it is there at this amazing steal. It is completely a deal for the year. I'm trying to tell you. So I can't wait to have that personalized session with you. It's going to be you and I get to focus with you one-on-one. All my attention on your brand, on your business. We'll go through your audience. We'll go through your content. We'll go through your business model, all the elements actually that I'm talking about inside of this session right here, so that we can see what's the number one tweak that you can make right now so that you can call in more ready to buy clients and be able to really position your expertise more powerfully like you desire and you deserve. So my love, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe if you're watching this. Don't just like this and then not subscribe and become a part of the Shine Sisterhood, but make sure also that you share it with a biz bestie, a mastermind sister, an accountability buddy who you know would really, really value from it. And until next time, love, shine, and success. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, loves.